Alright, welcome back to another video, guys. Today we are back and we're doing a different kind of video today. I'm going to be installing a CPU cooler that is RGB. It's super dope. And I'm also going to be installing some RGB RAM covers. And then also, before I get into this video at all, I am using a new camera that I just got set up and everything like that. So I'm actually not using my Blue Yeti as a microphone, and I'm not using a separate microphone at all. So I looked at the audio a little bit before I started recording this, and the audio actually was not too bad at all on this camera. So yeah, I hope the audio isn't too bad, and just bear in mind next time I will have an external mic that I will use that will hopefully sound a little bit better. But yeah, just bear with me on that. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys like the quality of the new camera. I should be doing vlogs, all sorts of other content as well. So go ahead and hit the subscription button if you haven't already. And if you're new here, I'm gonna be uploading tons of new, different type of content now that I got a camera. And yeah, we're gonna jump right into the video. All right, so this is what I got here. I'm sorry for all like the kind of a cluttered mess here because I'm still moving into my new place. So just, yeah, sorry about that. So this is what we got here. I'm going to be installing this RGB CPU cooler. It's super cool. I haven't even opened and checked it out yet at all. And then in here are the RAM RGB coolers. So these are just going to go right over the RAM sticks that I have already. And they're going to plug into my motherboard, and they're going to be RGB, which is super cool. And I also just got a little camera case. So yeah, don't mind that. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting both of those into my PC in this video. I just have to take all the stuff off the top of my PC, unplug all of my stuff, unplug all the back stuff, bring my PC on the ground so I can work with it, get my lighting to go on there so you guys can see everything properly. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Alright, so we are on the ground. I got my PC unhooked, literally all 10. I legit have like 10 or 15 like USB things plugged into this PC. So I legit have all of those unplugged. The HDMI unplugged, everything. Got my PC on the ground. I got CPU cooler right here and the RGB RAM covers here. So I'm just gonna kind of, where did I put the knife? Or not knife. I don't even have a knife. All I have is scissors. So I'm just gonna take these out and show you guys what they look like, because I have not even seen either of these in person yet, just the pictures and reviews on Amazon. Also, I should be able to put the links for these in the description if you guys want to check them out. And I believe I will put an affiliate link. So if you guys want to buy either of these, if you go through the link I had in the description, I will get a few dollars from it. So if you guys want to support me, and if you're already going to buy it, use that link. So this is what it looks like on the front. Right here. And then it's the box for this. The box is very simple for this one. Alright, so instructions. I probably need to read those. And then these are the heatsink little things for the RAM. So these will go like on either side in between the actual covers that I have for it, just to keep it cool. I believe they're like thermal heatsink type things. And then this is what the actual RGB thing looks like. And this goes right over your DDR3, DDR4 RAM. Then this top part is going to be the RGB right here. And then the only reason it has a plug-in right here is because this plugs into just your fan slot, like a normal fan would, and your motherboard. And then that's what actually gives it the RGB. Now, as far as I know, if you guys are wanting to pick this up or are curious, you cannot change the RGB unless you buy a separate RGB controller, I believe. Or if you have a certain RGB slot, I believe, on your actual motherboard, in which you can change the RGB on it. Don't quote me on that, but as far as I know, stock, you cannot change the RGB. I believe it just cycles through the colors. We'll figure that out once we install it. But yeah, that's that. They look pretty cool. They kind of have like a gloss, like a matte gloss type of look, sort of. Then the clear parts was the RGB. So those are super cool. It comes with 2 of those. I only have 2 8GB sticks in my PC, so I only needed 2 of them. Got the other one right here. And then, of course, the other 2 right there. Then the other 2 right here. And then just some extra stuff. So then let's go and open this guy. Ooh. This is what I'm really excited for. This thing should look pretty cool in my PC. I'm hoping, at least. So right now I have these stock Intel like CPU cooler, so it's literally just the fan, and then like it just pushes right into it. So I'm kind of excited to just at least upgrade a little bit from that. This one should keep my CPU a little bit cooler. I'm not sure how much cooler, but I mean, we'll figure that out. I actually looked at some of the temps of my CPU under idle on my PC. So it was about 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. So we'll see if this thing keeps it any cooler. I'm honestly just looking forward to the RGB on this thing, to be honest. And then this is what the bad guy looks like. So it's gonna have a inner RGB, if you can see the little white on the inside. And then it has the outside RGB strip right here too. So I'm super excited for this guy as well. So yeah, let's jump right into the actual build. All right, so we got the PC kind of set up. This is kind of like the best kind of angle I can get for it. Hopefully I get better as I progress using this camera, because figuring out like video angles and everything like while working on this PC in my small room isn't ideal, but I really don't have much room to work with in here. But we just got to take the actual old CPU cooler out, which is just a stock one, as I said before. So this guy right here, I believe it just comes out with like, all you have to do is twist it. So we're just going to twist each one right here. Let's see if I can get in here without messing this thing up. All right, there we go. And then we are just gonna unplug the fan connector as well. Gosh, this thing is old. Jeez, and it's just dirty too. It is just not in the best condition. Yeah, we're just gonna toss that in the garbage most likely. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off as much thermal paste as I can with a Kleenex, because I actually don't have any thermal paste remover. And this stuff is looking like it's coming off pretty easily, luckily, so kind of glad that that's working out. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so now for the hard part. I'm gonna flip this guy around and actually need to access the back of the PC. The reason we need to access the back of the PC is because this CPU cooler requires a back plate to hold itself in. I need to access the back to put the back plate on the back side of the motherboard, so then we can actually install it through the front. This is going to be the harder process because I only have two hands and I need to hold the back plate as well as the front of it while screwing it in. So you guys are going to watch me struggle with that. And then hopefully you guys can see it. I'll see if I can move the actual camera a little bit more. This is the back, this is like the back thing to the CPU, and then these four screws are actually the screws for the back plate that I need to install it on. So we're just gonna go ahead and figure that out. We have the back plate right here, and the back plate actually has thermal paste included in it, luckily, so I didn't have to go out and buy any more. So we're just gonna cut that open. Back plate and thermal paste. I don't know how well I'm actually gonna be able to show you guys the installation of this thing, but we're gonna try my hardest to actually show it. I'll probably get the camera to go up a little bit more. I hope this angle is so weird. I apologize, guys. But there we go. So this thing is gonna go like this, and then it's just gonna screw in there via, you know, 4 screws right there. So we need the screws for this thing, if I can find them. Oh, never mind, I lied. Screws are the screws are actually just right in there. They're spring loaded, so I should have fun, you know, pushing those in, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So if you guys can see, thermal paste is on there. Pea-sized amount should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put the back plate on the bottom of it, and I'm gonna use this foam to prop the back side of the plate up so it has pressure, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the CPU thing on there. All right, so I couldn't really get a super good angle for the actual CPU cooler installation, but we got all the screws right here, 4 around. We got them all screwed in to the back plate. It's on there firmly. Paste is on there fine. It was actually not the easiest installation. If you guys ever have any problems with it, if you guys end up buying one and have any problems, just go ahead and ask me. I would highly recommend having an extra person to hold the back plate while you're doing it, but I just tossed this little piece of foam that came with it. I put it underneath the PC, kind of like this. I put it underneath to give it some push, and I just pushed it like kind of downwards, and this was underneath the back plate, so the back plate didn't move at all. They're all spring-loaded screws, so really was not the easiest, and you have to put a decent amount of pressure onto your CPU. Low-key stresses me out, to be honest, but I think I got everything in there fine. But yeah, we're going to work on the RAM next. I just got to take those suckers out. And yeah, we're going to jump right into that. Alright, so I got the CPU fan plugged in. So that's going to be this thing right here, all plugged in. I believe this cord is the actual controls for the RGB, which I don't believe I even have a slot for on my PC, to be quite honest. So yeah, we're just going to leave that there. I'll probably tuck it behind my motherboard to get it out of the way. So we're just going to leave that hanging over there somewhere. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that. And then now we're going to go for the RAM sticks. What is this? Is this, we're just going to unplug that for now. I believe that is a chassis fan, so I believe that's one of the front fans. I just need to remember to plug it in after I'm done. We're going to go ahead and pull these things back here. And we're going to pull this thing back here. And we're going to get the other side here. Get rid of that. And we're just going to pull these out real quick. Boom, that's one. And then here's a second one. And then these are both 8 GB sticks. So yeah, these are what we're going to be changing into RGB. Alright, so we are back on the floor with the RAM sticks. These are going to be probably the interesting thing because we basically have to get the HyperX cover off of the actual RAM stick itself. Now, as far as I know, computer knowledge goes, warming it up is the best way to get these to just come off. There's basically like a thermal, sticky, like, kind of like, what do you call it, like, to hold it together, sort of, like it's like a thermal strip. You warm that up a little bit, with like a hairdryer or something like that, and you can kind of just peel the actual cover off. So that's what I'm going to do. I have this, lovely hairdryer from my mom, and, yeah, we're just going to heat it up with this thing and see how it goes. Alright, so now we have all of the covers off of each RAM stick. It actually wasn't too hard to get off at all. It just took a little bit of yanking. I didn't want to use a screwdriver at all or anything super sharp to actually take it off because I didn't want to damage the actual RAM stick itself. I really don't trust myself with the sharp object, to be honest. I just got to make sure that I remember the back side of each RAM stick, but the back side of each RAM stick actually has a little sticker on it, luckily. So yeah, now for the RGB covers, we just have to take each screw off of each one, unscrew it, then we have to stick these guys, or actually no, these guys on each side of the actual RAM stick itself, and then that sticks to the actual heatsink itself. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now. Alright, so we are back with these all installed. If you guys did see, on this one, I messed up the thermal strip a little bit. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's not that huge of a deal. So now we just got to put these suckers in. We're just going to slot them in, and then each one's going to connect with the little fan port on here to the motherboard, and then that should give it its RGB. Alright, so I kind of need two hands to go ahead and plug these guys in, actually. But I only have one CPU fan plug that's actually super close to my RAM. So what's nice about these is that they give you a male and a female port on each side, so you can actually link them together. I'm going to plug one into the other, and then this end right here is actually going to plug into one of the ports, so I only have to plug it in once, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll see you guys after. Alright, so we are back, and we have both of the sticks plugged in. We have the CPU cooler plugged in, and we are ready to put the PC back together and see if it works. I'm hoping that everything works. I will see you guys in a few minutes when I get everything back in for the test to see if everything is functional and RGB. Alright guys, so we have the PC back where it's supposed to be. We have everything plugged in, all the USBs, and we are about to turn it on. Now I am a little bit nervous right now. I've never installed a CPU cooler before. Well, I have once, but not something like this. I don't know. I'm just super nervous. We're going to go ahead and see. You're going to come along with me to see if this thing works for the first time. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. But yeah, here. I'll show you guys right now. This is the moment of truth, y'all. We have everything in there. All of that should be RGB. And it should, hopefully my computer even like functions properly. Like that's like more of my concern than the RGB. Oh, no way. Please function. Please function. Alright. I think. Oh. Okay, so everything seems like it's functioning properly. I'm actually going to take this front panel off right here so you guys can get maybe a better view of the actual RGB and everything. Let me get that one out. Let me get this one out. Doing everything with one hand and holding a camera is such a struggle. I'm just gonna put that right there. Also, look how dirty my floor is. I gotta pick all that up after. Look at this, guys. See if I can give you guys a good look at this. The RGB is working perfect on both. Windows is booting up fine. So I'm super hyped, and hopefully this all functions properly. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I love how the RGB on the RAM covers changed too. Everything is loading, it looks like. Also, shout out to UN. If any of y'all watching, I still got the wallpaper on my, or the loading screen on my PC. And oh my god, my PC is on. The thing I'm most concerned about is my CPU having crazy temps and me not installing it properly, the actual cooler itself. So we're just going to let everything load up for a little bit, and then we're going to open a temperature software so we can see how what temperature my actual CPU is running at. Alright, so It has been about a half an hour to an hour since I was last recording. I believe I was about to, if I'm not correct, I was about to check my CPU temp to see if the cooler actually helped at all with anything. But I actually, in the process of installing everything in my PC, I had broken my network adapter. So we have a new network adapter up here. If you guys can see, it's right there. I actually bought a pretty nice one. I don't exactly know how good it is, but my internet's actually running faster. So I mean, that's good for streaming and uploading YouTube videos and stuff like that. But yeah, so now we should be able to open cam here. So now we can actually check the temperature of my CPU, which is actually running about 5 to 6 degrees cooler than it actually was before. I'll show you guys here on my phone real quick. This is actually what it was running at before. So at about 33 to 34 to 35 degrees Celsius under idle. And now it's actually running at about 28 degrees Celsius, which is super nice. So yeah, I'm super excited with the outcome. Everything is working perfectly fine in this guy. The RGB looks absolutely beautiful. And I think that's gonna wrap up the video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please go ahead and leave a comment down below, and also make sure to like and subscribe. I put a lot of work into this video, and videos like this literally take me like all day. Like this video took me quite literally like all day to do. I literally have a huge mess like right under here of like all the stuff that I was putting together and everything, so I gotta clean all that up after. So make sure to hit that subscription button, guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace. So come over tonight.